I think anyone who wants to build a sovereign chain today, you have to go with the Cosmos SDK. Right? There's no other option. Yeah, the problem Axelar is solving at its core is user experience. Right? So if you go to your phone today, you just open the WhatsApp application, you don't really care what's happening behind the scenes. It's the same future we're envisioning with Web3, where users will have just assets and applications. Right? So you will go to your MetaMask or some other wallet in the future, you will have a list of your assets, you will go to the application, connect your wallet, and you will be able to buy an asset or take some other action, but you should never have to think of paying gas, or you should never have to think, whether you're using Solana or Avalanche. Really, with Axelar, that's what we're enabling applications to do. Building chain abstracted user experiences so we can replicate the user experience of Web2 and really onboard these billion users that we've been talking about for a long time. With Axelar, we decided to build with the Cosmos SDK. We started our research into the different alternatives about 4 years ago. And at the time, frankly, there was only like a Polkadot, Substrate, and then the Cosmos SDK, right? And really, we looked at two things at the time. One was the ecosystem of development around the SDK, because we did want to work with a solution that has long-term potential and is going to be maintained and developed and improved over a long period of time. And it was pretty clear even back then that there was a ton of development in the Cosmos ecosystem. But also on the implementation side, I think the Cosmos SDK had a lot of the components we needed. For example, with Axelar, we really needed to be able to implement threshold signatures into the validator set. This is very important for Bitcoin interoperability. So if you want to be able to create a wrapped version of Bitcoin on something like Osmosis, you need some validators to secure the BTC on the Bitcoin side and then create a wrapped representation of that asset on Osmosis. And the most effective way to do that is by using threshold signatures for Bitcoin. And the Cosmos SDK really enabled us to build the module in the chain that allows all the validators to collectively create a threshold key and also collectively sign transactions, right? So I think it was a combination of just the big ecosystem around the SDK and also the flexibility that the SDK gave. It was pretty obvious that the SDK had the best solution. In terms of upcoming developments, we are adding smart contracts on top of Axelar, which will allow us to add relatively soon a lot of new chains like Solana, Sui, Stellar, Ripple, Flow, and this is only possible again because we can enable Cosmos and allow those teams to build permissionlessly their own connections to Axelar. I'm really proud that we built a technical stack that really scales. I'm very happy we used the Cosmos SDK to create this hub and spoke architecture. This was really influenced by the Cosmos Hub, being the hub of interoperability in the Cosmos ecosystem. We took the same approach and we expanded it to other ecosystems, and this has really paid off, right? If you look at interoperability solutions in the space, Axelar has 60 chains today. It's the most, scalable solution. We do a lot of work with financial institutions. They want to be very granular about what information they allow to go back and forth between the chain. A lot of these institutions want to connect with a lot of public chains, and if they had to build their own connections in a pairwise fashion, they would have to permission 5, 10 different connections, which is very expensive to do and maintain, right? And it's also riskier because you have higher attack surface. While with Axelar, they create a single connection with the Axelar chain, and from that we have other services that they can pass the information back and forth, but the core layer that will pass messages between Axelar and the financial institution chain can be run by them, and the architecture and the flexibility this gives us, the scalability, is what I'm most proud of.